Yo, what's up? What's up? Welcome to my video. Hit that like and subscribe button, man. And listen, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all still tuning in to my videos. I love y'all, man. Hey, we can't wait to get this video started. Let's go.
You date
I'm
an
not
average
good at
guy?
dating apps. Would I date an average guy
Yeah.
if they have a great personality?
No.
Oh,
So
average personality?
So average personality, average looks, average height, average PP size.
Dingaling.
Dingling. Would you?
Well, it's all about the motion of the ocean, but no.
You wouldn't date an average
Not
guy?
like an average personality. That'd be boring.
What's wrong with average?
Wait a minute. Didn't you just say you would love to date average guy if he has an average personality in the beginning? Didn't you just say that? Now you're contradicting yourself.
Do you think I'm average?
Yes.
Oh.
It's okay though. There's nothing wrong with average.
No, there's nothing wrong with average. It just sounds like it'd be boring. I'd rather be single.
I think average people normally date each other, you know?
Yeah.
Like extremely beautiful people date each other, ugly people date each
so
other.
I need to date someone ugly.
Would you said you wouldn't, did you say you wouldn't be willing to settle? Is that what you said?
I would rather be single
Rather be single,
than
yeah.
settle with someone who's like average
Average.
and boring and like doesn't make me happy or fulfill my needs.
But what about when
See, here's the thing. I don't like that word average. I don't believe in telling people that they average, regardless of who they are, male or female. What I believe in is that there's certain people that can offer more to the table. Some people that has a little bit more materialistic things that they can add into somebody's life. That's the only difference, between people. I don't believe in that this person is average or this person is, can add more value to that person, like in a rich way. Like if, how a lot of girls would be like, oh, I want a guy who's making over 6 figures or something like that. Yeah, that guy can offer more to the table than somebody who's not really making that much money. But I don't really believe in calling people average.
you're in your 40s, for example, and you're not really traveling as much, and you're not like young in your 20s anymore, and life slows down a little bit. Don't you think you'd be more happy to be with a guy who works in construction, who's 5'10", earns a decent salary, and he's a good guy, and you guys can make kids and have a family and
Maybe.
live a
My mind
meaningful
might change
life?
when I'm older because every year you learn something new. But at this moment,
But isn't it just a vapid lifestyle to be doing the same thing in your 40s and 50s?
I mean, I don't do anything too crazy right now.
But if you were still doing that when you're in like 20 years' time, don't you think it wouldn't be a very good life?
Yeah, I mean, anything that you do for a long time could get boring after a while.
Yeah. I think
I
if
don't
I
wanna
was
be
still
single
doing what I'm
forever,
doing
but-
now in 20 years' time, that's like a nightmare for me to think about that.
Yeah.
I don't really think that girls think ahead that much with this sort of thing.
I mean, I definitely do. I want to have a big family and have lots of kids. But I shouldn't feel the pressure of society to.
I think we all need that pressure. It's like a good pressure that we've got. It's like duty. We have like
for
a
men
duty.
to say that because guys don't have like a time clock.
Yeah, but we've got other.
You see, here's the thing, man. She's trying to look for a guy that's really going to just give her money and give her whatever she wants because her happiness is found in money. It's not really found in a person, in a man. A man is so much more than what he can offer onto the table, like money and the lifestyle that a lot of women wants. She's gonna wait until like at least about 40 or 50, and then she's gonna decide that she wants to settle down for the average guy.
Disadvantages, we've got lots of disadvantages.
Like,
Well, the fact that we don't get any attention sexually when we're younger. When a guy's 20, 21 with no resources and he's still probably got like pimples on his face and ugly, girls don't really look twice at them.
I mean, same with girls.
Are you joking? Girls who are in between 20 and 24 are in their sexual peak. They get the most
I thought
attention.
you were talking about high school.
I'm not really talking about even young guys in high school. I mean, we should pull up one of my high school photos. I was disgusting. But guys, we have to develop ourselves as men and get into your 30s when you've got more resources, you're more competent, you're a better leader. This is when you start to get more attention and you start to, this sort of thing starts
Well,
to
it
go
definitely
like
takes
this.
guys longer to mature because your frontal cortex doesn't develop until you're like at least
Yeah.
25.
And you have to make a bunch of mistakes and fall on your face a bunch of times and go out into the world and experience all different kinds of trials and tribulations. But that actually grows your character as a guy. But before then, you don't really get much serious attention unless you're like ridiculously good looking
Builds character.
or unless you have some sort of precocious talent. But so that's a disadvantage that we've got.
Going around the table on this, though, you said you would not be willing to, you'd rather stay single than settle. So would you rather stay single for the rest of your life than lower your standards or settle?
But I already have the best man I can wish
Well,
for. So.
assuming you were single, right?
Well, before this, I was 8 years single, so I guess I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with an average guy.
And so you would date an average guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like you said, average dates average and
Right.
all of that.
I would date an average guy, yeah.
And then would you rather stay single than have to lower your standards or settle?
Depends on the situation, really. If it's something that's going to annoy me in the long run, yeah, I would never settle for that. If it's something I can deal with in the long run, yeah, I would settle for that.
Okay. What about you?
I would settle, yeah.
Okay.
I think I would settle. I mean, I feel like in the long run, as long as he's like a great dad to like our kids, I feel like that's all that really matters.
Sure.
But other than that,
Listen, man, a lot of guys in America is not going to stand a chance if he's not making that much money to get with any of these girls on his table. A lot of them, a lot of girls will say this type of stuff, but when they get off the podcast and they go back to their normal lives, they're not going to do anything that they just said they're going to do. They is not going to date an average guy. They is not going to date him. I can guarantee you, they is not.
yeah.
Word? Okay.
I have a question. Can
Sure.
an average man be the provider?
It is difficult.
Yes, he can, depending on how much you want him to make. I mean, and also depends on what state you live in. Average guy can be like making 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, 50,000, 40,000, 30,000. I mean, it depends. An average guy can provide on the table. The thing is that a lot of the girls, young girls in their 20s or 30s, they want a guy that's making over 400, well, my bad, over $100,000. And also older women too. Older women be doing that too. So a lot of girls want a guy to be making over $100,000, and that's not the average guy. That's like a high value guy. And a girl, and a lot of these girls, they gonna wait until they hit the wall, and once they become a single mom and stuff, and they see how the struggles are out there, then it's like, okay, I want to settle down now.
In this economy, but it's possible though. Depends. If you live rurally, you can. But if you're living in a city or a place like Santa Barbara, then it is nearly impossible. It's a big problem that we've got at the moment.
Wait, do you want to get married, right?
Yeah.
You want to have kids?
Mm-hmm.
How many kids?
3 to 5.
3 to 5?
3 to 5.
Yeah.
Not 35.
Yeah, 3 to 5. And do you want to continue working while you're like once you start having kids, or what do you think?
I want to be a per diem princess. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's like, so for nurses, you can work full time, which is 3 to 5 days a week, depending on your hours, or you can work like 1 day a week, like a per diem job, where you just kind of work whenever you want to have an income, and like have a social life still, and still have like a normal routine and have like that sense of normalcy.
Word. Okay. Let's go back to the dating app. Dating her is like winning the lottery, gentlemen. All right, next. Go ahead.
Okay, it says, the way to win me over is plan a proper date, be a gentleman, and take me on adventures.
Oh, let me look at this real quick. Check this out. All right, plan a proper date. Okay, you got the green light for that. Be a gentleman. Yes, if chivalry still exists, but I think nowadays chivalry is really being bashed. This is being looked at as weakness. A lot of girls don't like the gentleman thing because they say good guys finish last. The only men that's gentlemen is good guys. So I don't know about that. And then take me on adventures. That can mean that, hey, I want you to, buy a lot of food or buy a lot of materialistic things for me and stuff. And that's it. So that can be what she mean by take me on adventures. But, I don't even do the dating apps no more, so.
What's wrong with this?
I think that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
I thought that was the best part of the whole profile.
Next.
The beginning. That's the first picture too, and the first.
Okay, that's the last one for the dating app stuff. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Okay, scale of 0 to 10.
I'd say there's a lot of red flags in that profile.
Oh yeah, the traveling.
The
Look,
lottery.
The lottery was
Okay.
was bad because that's
Take
kind
notes.
of that would scream headaches for me. Entitlement, already putting yourself on a pedestal. I know it's a joke, and you're just kidding, but also the traveling photos. And the
Should I do pictures of
bikini
me
photos
with
on
my
beaches
cat?
around the world. I'd say, have you thought about investing in a burqa?
A burqa?
Yeah.
I have a poncho.
A poncho is the next best thing.
Okay.
And maybe a photo with a poncho.
Or
be
like a
better.
onesie. I have a unicorn onesie.
There you go.
Oh, and then I could be like, this is winning the lottery.
All right.
You're finding your unicorn. Okay.
That would be
There
better.
we go.
Maybe
That would
you
be
guys
funny.
can,
That would be all right. But yeah, all of the traveling. And then when you say registered nurse and you're traveling a lot, it's like,
Travel nurse is a red flag already. I know.
Wait, you know that?
People always tell me that.
It is a red flag.
Why? What makes it a red flag?
I'll give you a couple reasons.
it
So,
happens in Vegas.
I think one thing, like let's say there's a relationship-minded guy, but and it sounds like you stay in cities a little longer than other travel nurses. But I remember when I was on dating apps, I'd encounter a lot of nurses. A lot. Like I've dated a lot
so you have a
of
type.
nurses. So, no, not my type, but I've learned. And I've dated local nurses, but then I encountered a lot of these travel nurses. They're in town for like 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Same with flight
short
attendants,
stints.
yep.
Flight attendant, even worse. The thing is, if she's on a dating app and she's going on dates, she ain't dating people for long, which means what? High body count, promiscuity.
And also, it's a good opportunity for you to be able to do whatever you want and not have the social stigma of your circle back home. Nobody knows about it. Just get away with it.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's like, I remember I was on a date with this travel nurse. I thought she was just a regular nurse. Turns out she's a travel nurse, I mean, it's like
Oh no.
crazy, right? And I'm like, oh, how many cities you been in? And she's like 33. I'm like, oh no, hold on.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
See, here's the thing about traveling nurses. I think this traveling nurses is not what you think it is. You think that a nurse, like somebody works in a hospital taking care of patients. I don't think that's what a traveling nurse is. I think a traveling nurse is like doing prostitution, going from city to city to city to city, sleeping with men for money and stuff like that. I don't believe this traveling nurse thing. It's just fishy to me. I just don't understand it on the traveling nurse part. Like, why can't you just stay in like one state and just do that? Why you have to keep traveling out of state and go here, go there, and stay in there and stuff? It just sounds fishy. I wouldn't even probably trust a woman to even be in that type of lifestyle.
Oh no. Just no. Bad.
so did you hook up with her?
And I'm like, am I dude 100? That's what I'm thinking in my brain. Am I due to 100 because you were on Tinder and Hinge and Bumble in the other 33 previous cities? Mm-hmm. Seattle.
You're not going out
Scottsdale.
for warm hot chocolates.
Washington, D.C., Boston, Fort Lauderdale, Louisiana. Wait, that's a
Why does
state.
that matter,
New
though?
Orleans. Why does what matter?
Why does it matter when you have
Maybe-
someone who travels a lot and
Maybe she's celibate.
dates-
Because typically people who travel a lot, so they don't make any what's the term for it? They don't have, I don't know if it's roots, but like when you stay in one place, you're gonna end up hopefully with a long-term relationship. If you know you're leaving a city in 6 weeks' time, are you gonna date seriously, or are you gonna just like date casually?
And
Probably
all-
date casually.
Yeah.
You're gonna rack up a high body count. You're gonna have friends with benefits. Even if you date just one guy in one city, it's only gonna last a couple weeks, couple months. Then you're in the next city. You've racked up a high body count. High body count is undesirable in women. You are now disqualified.
But why do
my
you look
dear.
at it?
See, I don't like trust that travel nurse thing. Like, be honest with you, it just doesn't sound like an actual professional career. I mean, in their eyes, it probably is, but it just doesn't really sound like something that's that somebody that I would trust being around like that. And I don't know, man. Listen, man, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank y'all for watching my content. I love y'all. Love my subscribers, man. Hey, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.